Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all of you. Hope you are safe and sound at your home. Dear cadets of 40th intake, that is class 10 of Borishal Cadet College. At the very outset of my lecture, I would like to welcome you all in my online class of Borishal Cadet College. You know, COVID-19 has made our daily life standstill. For this reason, your joining to Borishal Cadet College is delayed, but we cannot stop our regular activities and our college authority has to bring you under online class. Considering this, now I, Satyajit Datta, Associate Professor of Economics and Housemaster of Shohid Sarwardi House, have decided to take online class and expected that I will be with you for the next 80 minutes. Today's lesson and topic. No more delay. Let's have a look into our today's lesson and topic. First of all, I would like to thank you for this participation of my previous class and exam. Boys, you do well. Today, my topic is the corruption and chapter 16. I hope you will enjoy the class, and let's start the class with the cadets of class 10. Learning outcomes. After the end of this lesson, cadets will be able to, first of all, explain the concept of reasons of corruption. Number 2, explain the steps of preventing corruption and get motivated to build an ideal life. Now, keywords. First of all, the files in red tape. Sometimes the corrupt officials realize bribe by locking the files in red tape in the offices. Number 2, mass awareness and social movement. It is necessary to create mass awareness and social movement against corruption to prevent it from the society. Number 3, family values. If family values are revived and degradation of the social values are prevented, corruption will come to an end. Cadets, I am discussing about the concept of corruption. The corruption is the activities done by the individual or group that stands against public interest or contrary to the established rules. For example, both the bribe and nepotism are corruption. The corruption in politics and the corruption in the government and non-government administration means to abuse the organization to gain any personal interest. Generally, by bribe, coercion, obligation, undue influence, and giving any special advantage to an individual by abusing the power of the administration is called corruption. Any deliberate negligence to perform specific responsibility so as to get any legal opportunity and advantage is also corruption. The corruption has connection with occupation, power, interest, cash, material, etc. Someone has to be suffered because of corruption. Next, the causes of corruption. The causes of corruption in Bangladesh are many. First of all, greed and ambitious attitude. Basically, greed and ambitious attitude turn a person corrupt. Some service holders want to earn additional money through corruption. They take tips, commission, teachers, articles, etc. in return for processing the files. Sometimes they take bribe by withholding the files. Sometimes these corrupt officials realize bribe by locking the files in red tape in the offices. Number 2, holding up the file. Holding up the file is also corruption. In most of the cases, the subordinates get the opportunities to take bribe for the files being stacked up on the table of the chief executive of the office. If the office head or branch head is corrupt, it transmits to all other branches as well. Number 3, the luxurious life of the officials and high ambitions. Sometimes the luxurious life of the officials and high ambitions to become the owner of huge wealth in a few days make the officials corrupt. There is no similarity between their legal income and their lifestyle. Corruption mixes with the thinking, spirit, and value of their family members. Subsequently, they too turn corrupt. Their service life also starts with the help of another corrupt person. Number 4, many demands of the family members. Sometimes too many demands of the family members of the service holder also force him or her to become corrupt. Next, 5, the lack of opportunities in service sectors. An adverse situation persists in our country. In one side, the lack of opportunities in service sectors and the huge unemployment youth in the other. In this situation, the young generation is bound to offer large-scale bribes in the expectation of getting job. It is a sad truth that in social system, it is seen that those who have mass wealth are considered to be of social status. So, with a view to achieving dignity and wealth may take to corruption. Number 6, lack of practicing the democratic values in our political arena. In our political arena, lack of practicing the democratic values, the change of power in an undemocratic means, and the extreme desire to hold the political power, etc., create a positive environment to spread corruption. These corrupted people do not have any humanitarian quality or any patriotism. Number 7, the political instability. The political instability sometimes makes our social life restless. This social instability again creates corruption. Corruption also increases due to business competition. Persons engaged with corruption by counterfeiting or adulterating try to make more profits, and this causes corruption in our society. Generally, due to high commodity price and inflation, businessmen, wholesaler, middlemen, holders, profiteers, traders, and stockbrokers make their most with corruption. They gain mass profit by cheating and corruption. Number 8, business competition. Corruption also increases due to business competition. Persons engaged with corruption by counterfeiting or adulterating try to make more profits, and this causes corruption in our society. Generally, due to high commodity price and inflation, businessmen, wholesalers, middlemen, holders, profiteers, traders, and stockbrokers make their most with corruption. They gain mass profit by cheating and corruption. 9, people with low income. Due to this, people with low income adopt corruption just for mere survival, when the institution want to prevent corruption. fails to perform their jobs well, or when its officials themselves have engaged in corruption, then corruption spreads all over the society in a massive level. Degradation of religious and moral values may also cause the increased corruption in the society. Now, I am discussing about the impacts of corruption. Number one, the harmful impact of corruption in our social life is far-reaching. One can be easily cheated by the other in a society where it is full of corruption. A corruption person may also become the victim of corruption by another person. A corrupt society holds the scenario of deprivation of just rights. If the non-qualified persons through nepotism or bribe get appointment and promotion, the qualified persons become deprived from their rights. Number two, the social justice cannot be ensured because of corruption. Corruption creates frustration in people of the society. Creativity is lost. In a corrupted society, people lose respect for the law and order situation, rules and regulations of the society. It impacts the socio-economic development. Number three, corruption creates a negative mentality among the officers of an office, and they become negligent of their duties and responsibilities. They also develop a mind of abusing the power. Number four, corruption increases the rate of poverty and honesty, ideals and values start declining. Number five, above all, corruption is the main reason of the national disaster. It is an impediment to the development and prosperity of the country. Next, prevention of corruption. First of all, mass awareness. It is necessary to create mass awareness against corruption to prevent it from the society. The mass media is an effective tool for creating mass awareness. Mass awareness can be created by discriminating information about corruption through the public media. Number two, ensuring accountability. Ensuring accountability among all the levels of the society may eradicate corruption. It is possible to lift the veil of corruption from the people through proper editing of income, expenditure, assets, wealth, etc. Number three, massive social movement. Corruption can be eradicated by organizing the people of the society for massive social movement. It is also possible to unmask corrupt persons, counterfeiters, frauds, and cheats by investigating into their income and expenditure and putting them to trial for corruption. Number four, creating necessary job facilities, establishing law and order situation. Corruption can also be prevented by creating necessary job facilities, establishing law and order situation, and taking programs for eradication of poverty, etc. Number five, family values are revived. In family values are revived and degradation of the social values are prevented, corruption will come to an end. Look at the picture, and I believe it is the real picture of our country. First of all, you look at first picture, then next picture. Correct? Now you observe the sample question. First of all, sample question of creative question, I mean seeking. Next, cadet looked at the sample question of MCQ part 1. Now observe sample question of MCQ part 2. Now, home tasks. First of all, what is the corruption? Number 2, explain the impacts of corruption. Lastly, explain the prevention of corruption. If you any query, then ask me through message. I will be available here. Okay, dear cadets, thank you for attending my online class. I hope you will try to follow the instructions that I hope given you here. Now a very important point for you, dear cadets. You know, we are now passing a very tough time due to COVID-19. Going outside has become very much risky for all. So never make any plan to go outside for any reason. Spend your time with your parents and other family members of your house. Never neglect your regular study. You should be punctual attending your online classes as well. Stay home and stay fine, dear cadets. No more today. Cadets, thanks a lot. Khuda Hafiz.